Hi everybody, this is Catherine, your favorite French Canadian. Today I'm gonna do a video on what are the best settings for the Xbox Series X for Call of Duty Warzone 2. And it's pretty much you can apply it for Xbox Series S also. We're gonna start with the Xbox parameter, and after that we will go inside of the game. So first of all, let's go to settings, TV and display option. The first one will be your resolution. It really depends on what type of monitor that you have or TV. In my case, I can definitely go with 4K, and also I can put my refresh rate at 120 Hz. I'm not gonna do it right now because I'm using a capture a capture card, and right now they are not compatible with HDMI 2.1. If you want to run 4K in 120 Hz, you really need a TV compatible with HDMI 2.1 and also, or a monitor by the way, or with a cable HDMI 2.1. I know a lot of folks don't necessarily play in 4K. You can definitely do 2K or 1080p on the console. I know a lot of people like to play 1080p at 120 Hz. You don't need a TV compatible with an HDMI 2.1 to do that. So it's a question of preference. For sure, if you can play 4K 120, you do it. After that, I really recommend to calibrate your HDR for games. So just follow the process of the calibration for HDR for the Xbox. It's going to be very good for you if you're playing this game and you want to activate HDR. If you want a proper visibility, you'll need to do that. After that, in video mode, the parameters that are very important for Call of Duty is, first of all, here right now, I can't activate it because of the capture card, but if you can't activate the low latency mode, I recommend to using it. Also, I recommend to use the VRR, so the variable refresh rate. If you don't like tearing and stuff like that, you're gonna make sure that your TV or monitor will be synced with your console. I don't recommend to go with 422. I will explain why a little bit later. I prefer just to select the proper amount of bits, and after that, you don't have any compression with your console. If you can allow the 4K, for sure go with 4K. The HDR10, I recommend to activate it if you want to play HDR. If you are a tryhard and you don't like those effects, because the sun will reduce a little bit your visibility, for sure deactivate HDR, so you're going to make sure that you don't have HDR in any game. And the auto HDR, it doesn't apply to Call of Duty. It's more like if you have a game that is not compatible with HDR, they can apply an auto HDR on it. I don't recommend to use Dolby Vision. I did a lot of testing with different games with it, and honestly, it's always better HDR10 if you want HDR content on this console. Another thing that I recommend in video fidelity, go with 10-bit, don't go with 12. You don't have any a proper bandwidth to go 12 and 444 for your color and stuff like that. So I recommend just go with 10-bit and it will be perfect. Again, it's for people with like very good monitor or TV like an LG C2. If you're playing like with an old monitor or even like just a standard monitor, normally you just gonna play it at 8-bit. So this is pretty much it for the parameter for the console. Now let's go inside of the game. So now inside of the game, so you have to press start. We're gonna go to settings, go to graphics. So first of all, make sure that your on-demand texture streaming is activated. And after that, we will go in the post-processing effect. So now you want pure visibility. It will not necessarily help with FPS. It's just about visibility. So I really recommend to put your world motion blur at off, weapon motion blur at off, and you don't want to use any film grain in this game, so put this one at off. Depth of field also, when you're aiming, you don't want that. You want pure visibility, so I really recommend to put this one also at off. After that, you have the Fidelity FX SAS, the sharpening AMD technology. It's pretty good. It's a question of preference again. Me, I'm playing in 4K. I'm using it at 50. Normally, honestly, between 40 and 70, you should be fine. But if you feel like your image is fine, like don't necessarily using it. I know a lot of people don't like sharpening. So question of preference, if you have better visibility or not, and if you prefer that. So I definitely take a look and do some testing. So for field of view, me, I'm playing at 105. It's a question of preference. That's pretty cool that you can change it now on console. I know a lot of people playing Warzone, they like to see very like large in front of them. So you can go definitely at 120 if you want. And this is pretty much it. If you have any question, guys, about like the game just comment in the YouTube section. Post me first of all your console, Xbox Series X, S, or whatever. And also really important, the type of monitor that you're using. So monitor, TV, and the brand. I will try to help you the best that I can. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Peace.